Go ahead.
All right, hi, my name is Dale, and my daughter had been ill for many years. We had been to Boston Children's Hospital, Mass General, Dartmouth Hitchcock. Kind of lost track of all the people we've talked to over the years. So, roundabout way, we found our way to Dr. Wine, and I was skeptical because all these experts couldn't do anything for her. We started the protocol, and it was tough. It wasn't easy, and we got towards the end of it, and it was still tough. But then, a few months afterwards, we started to see some noticeable changes, and then she gradually got better and better and better. So the before was 5, maybe 6 nights a week, 1 in the morning, trying to soothe my daughter back to sleep. All kinds of issues, stomach issues, her sleeping during the day. If she exerted herself, she would need a couple of days to recuperate from that. So going and playing with friends was always an issue. And now it's every day I get home from work, Daddy, gotta go for that bike ride. So it's a welcome change. She's getting up early in the morning, and the quality of life from a year ago is just completely different. So I couldn't be happier. It's not perfect, but I like to tell people it's 170 degrees different from what it was before. She can go to bed, sleep through the night, just a completely different lifestyle for our family, and we're truly grateful.
One of the things that Maggie had always told me was that she didn't have any energy. I mean, she couldn't go anywhere, do anything. I mean, both you and your wife had mentioned that as well. I remember Maggie coming in and telling me that she can now go skiing with her dad. So that was last winter. So what are some of the other things that she's doing now that she hadn't done in such a long period of time?
Just the day-to-day activity with her friends is a big deal. So she's going to the trampoline park. So she'll get up, we'll spend the morning with a bunch of activity. Maybe she had a kid sleep over the night before, so they were up, up late and up early, go to the trampoline park, go for a bike ride, all kinds of activity through the day. So she's involved with different things. She would force herself to go skiing before we started coming here, and it would be a huge drag. Get up early in the morning, like the 5 a.m. deal, and she would just tough it out. We'd go skiing, we'd have a great time. Last year, skiing was a completely different experience. So I take the first 6 Thursdays of the year off and go skiing with her. And the 2 previous seasons were really difficult. She would put all her energy into that one day, and then really take almost a week to recuperate to get to the next Thursday. And last year it wasn't like that very much at all. She'd be able to ski, then we'd be able to go out that night, and then very short recuperation that was still within a couple of months of finishing the protocol. So, but then into the spring, when the weather started getting good, the activity level and the fatigue level were just completely different than what we'd experienced in the past.
And that one thing we haven't told anybody yet on this video is, how old's your daughter?
She was 11 when she started the protocol. So she had just turned 11 about 3 or 4 weeks before we began. So she's 12 now and growing.
And so how long has Maggie been coming here?
It's been about a year.
Is it a year?
Yeah, maybe a little over a year. Before that, it was doctor's visits and medicine and things that didn't work, and just up and down as far as, okay, now it looks like we're finally talking to the right person, and then we do that for 3 or 4 or 6 or 8 months, and it wouldn't really work out the way we were hoping. We'd get these small improvements at the beginning of whatever it was, and then those improvements would kind of dissipate, and then we'd have to go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And we got here, it all sounds really good, and like I said, I was skeptical. And it's tough. The protocol is tough. We all did it, so we were all eating very differently, and we were cautiously optimistic. So towards the end of the protocol, we were seeing some signs that things were improving, so we stuck with it, and we're glad we did, because it's a completely different quality of life looking back to how things used to be. It's night and day.
Thanks, Dale.
You're welcome.